Hello, everyone. I'm back. Just waiting for Shay to come into the room. She should be here soon. For those of you who are replay gang, please check the description box below so that you can see when the recap starts. This is going to be a quick one. It's only one episode. And I didn't even have to take notes. But I have our results. Five people in the room. Hello. Give the video a like. Don't forget. Hey. Hey, Joy. How you doing? Oh, Shay's here. Hi.
Hi. Sorry I'm late.
No problem.
How you doing? How you feeling?
Good. I'm going to sleep immediately after this.
Okay.
I tried to go to sleep earlier and couldn't do it, but then I had a little and now I'm like, sleepy.
By the way, did you like the food?
Mm-hmm.
It was tasty, right?
It was so good.
Good.
It was so good. I saw your message 2 hours later, and I was so glad you left it. So then I just gobbled some down.
I was like, I think you to leave it. How about what I ordered to go? When I got back to the house, it was missing. Like I ordered a pork dish. There was no pork. I had to call and be like, one of these things is not like the other. Yeah.
So oh my gosh, you got all the way home? That's crazy.
Well, I will say because I ate a meal while I was sitting there waiting for it.
Oh, okay.
Because I was like, okay, I don't want to cook. I'm already here. Let me just order another thing. And I opened it to make sure that I was going to take yours and it was the right one. And then when I got back, I was like, all right, let me just see. I'll save it. And I was like, rice. Where is it? Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's crazy.
Yeah, but I was like, you know what? It's fine as long as Wa got her food because I really wanted you to try it. It's a really good place.
Larissa didn't go with you?
No, not the next day. No, she was at a dance class or something. So it's just timing to.
Okay.
She said she would come the next time because I will.
I need to go. Yeah, I need to go back. All right, let's jump right into it. So I have the free version, and the free version doesn't let me show pictures. It has this silly StreamYard thing, so it's different. But here we go.
We like free though.
I know we do. What time is it? 3. Hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated. That sounded weird.
No, it didn't.
Okay, great. Hello, everyone. I'm Wah. I do recaps of relationship reality TV shows such as 90 Day Fiancé, Love is Blind, Love After Lockup, Seeking Sister Wife. So if you are all interested in that content, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Today we are talking Love is Blind Season 10, Episode 12, Head versus Heart. And I'm joined by my co-host, Shay. Hi, Shay.
Hi, friends. How's everybody doing? Thanks for joining us again to talk shit.
Yes. This has such a different audience because I just got off of an hour and some odd minute live talking about 90 Day Fiancé, and I have 55 people in the room. There are 5 people in this room. But hello, Bridget, and hello, JW. Thank you for being here. Okay, so, did you really watch the episode? Because I sure didn't. I just skipped through.
Really? No, I really think I was working, but I was paying attention. Absolutely.
Okay.
I feel like after all this time I've given these people, the least they could do is deliver an outcome.
You know what? The weddings are always so boring to me because they're all talking to their family and they're all being like hopeful and positive, and it's it's different because they're not either with each other or with people who were already in the show. And so it's misleading sometimes. The way that they're all like, yeah, I'm so excited. It's my wedding. I'm getting married. And here's my dress. And, it's just you can never tell the outcome. But I do have our outcomes written here.
Oh, I forgot. I don't even remember what I said, but I'm glad you wrote it down.
Yes. So the first couple that I remembered talking about was Emma and Mike, What is that his name? Mike?
Yes, yes, because it was a
Okay.
cliffhanger
It was a
last
cliffhanger.
episode, yeah.
Yes. Okay. And so with Emma and Mike, she said yes. I said that Mike said yes. You
Mhm.
said that Mike said no.
Yeah. What did I say about Emma?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because we knew
Because
we
we
knew what
saw it.
she yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm 1 for 1.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I love that they're ending. He was just like, "No, you're not 100% sure on kids, and we're not ready." And she's like, "Listen, yeah, this is the first time that the couples have been audible about why they said yes or no, and kind of jumping the gun. And like, there's a lot of
Mhm,
different behavior in this episode, than past wedding episodes. Um, but yeah, so they ended up separating. She ended up walking off stage, going upstairs. Her family went to go see her. And then his family, so the family's quartered off,
mhm.
had some conversation. And I feel like maybe his parents, like, I don't know, his mom seemed like she was relieved yet, like, kind of like, oh, okay, this sucks. Like, I didn't want him to get married, but obviously I
Mhm.
didn't necessarily want to be on TV and like rooting
Yes.
for them to not get married. Um, and so, his dad just wanted to make sure he was okay. And then at some point, he runs upstairs to have the conversation with her, and they sit down and they talk.
Mhm.
It's cordial between him and her family. And he just says, listen, I need to marry somebody who's 100% about having kids, you know? And
And to be fair, I think this is a sentiment that he's felt the entire time. Like, I
yeah,
think he was just like, "I already committed to this experiment. I'm gonna see it through." How he felt the first day out of the pods and how he felt on wedding day seems to be the same.
yes,
And so I support him for staying true to his guns. I think his family, to your point, I think if it was the other way around, where he said yes and she said no, the family would be pissed
yes,
because they always don't, they don't want their baby to be hurt,
yes,
and they want to make sure that they, have a good outward example to the world of who their family is and that kind of stuff.
yes,
So I think that's why the family like was just like, oh no, he
yeah,
said no. Oh my God, like save it. You didn't want this to see
yeah,
this through, especially because of how locked into grandkids they are, and they saw her hesitancy, and she has the right to be hesitant, and he has the right to want what he wants. And I think it was nice. I also appreciated him scurrying up the stairs to go talk to her, because it's not like when she walked away she was upset or
mhm,
crying or emotional or anything. But I do think that it showed a bit of good character on his part to be like, I she handled it well, but let me just go upstairs and check on her. Like, this is I can be an adult about this. I appreciated that from him.
yeah. And she said I couldn't say no. Like I
That
couldn't,
was interesting.
I
What do you
couldn't
think
say
that
no.
meant?
I just meant that I think that it meant that like he fit all the things for her. She just didn't fit all the things for him.
Oh, and she knew that.
And she
Okay.
knew that. Yeah.
Mhm.
So she was just like, I, could have said no because I know what you want, but I was like, no, you're fine for me. And so she's like, at the end they were like, is love blind? And she's like, yeah, I think it is blind. But it's interesting that she really, I guess, didn't really anticipate ever being with a man who like absolutely 10 toes down wanted kids. And so she was like, I guess it's not blind when it comes to him and kids. And I was just like, I was like, oh, it's interesting that I guess you thought you would run into somebody like Chris, somebody who was just like, yeah, kids are not really
Mm.
like at the
But I don't
forefront of my
but I don't
mind.
really buy that from her, because he has been upfront from the beginning that he wants kids. And she
Yeah,
went along with it for other reasons, whether it was
yeah,
like her thinking that they matched in other areas. But that is something so big.
yes, yes, it is.
You can't like supplement that with anything else. Someone wants kids, they want kids. There's no like, oh, I know you want kids, but here's a gerbil. Like, that's not gonna
Yes.
happen, So she, I don't know. I think she just really wanted to be part of this experiment, see it through,
Hmm.
and maybe she was hopeful that she would connect with someone who was also on the fence. Maybe that is what it is, but I think people tend to be either one way or another. The
Yes.
the middle ground is rarer,
Yeah.
from what we've seen in society. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I think you're right. Okay. So next couple that we run into to me is Mike and no, Alex and Ashley. Yeah.
no, I think it was Brittany and Devonte.
Oh, okay.
No, or Amber and Jordan. I can't remember, but
It wasn't
it
them.
wasn't
Okay, so let's
Ashley and
just do
Alex.
let's do Amber and Jordan.
Mm.
So Amber, Amber, in true Southern woman's fashion,
Hmm.
she looked like a country. She looked like Dolly Parton country western with that
Yeah.
hair. I mean,
Peg Bundy.
bouffant. Yeah, bouffant.
Yeah.
It was just a regular ponytail, but bouffant, my friend.
Yeah. It was
We
giving
find
this the Snooky poof.
yes. I think
And you could tell
yeah.
that was by request, I would
Yeah.
assume.
Yeah, this is like she's like the higher the hair, the closer to
Close
heaven.
to the God. Yeah.
Yeah, the closer there, yeah. She was definitely giving that. And I had a friend who was like that, and she was from Texas, and she was like,
Mm.
"No, the higher the hair, the closer to God." And I was like,
Like
"Oh."
super hairspray, teasing
Yeah,
it to
teasing it.
create that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it was the style. And so I was like, "I see you. Thank you for showing us who you are." And so then we meet her daughter Emma, who, like, I guess Emma to me gave off 5-year-old and not 7-year-old, but whatever. Maybe she was just nervous with the cameras and whatnot.
Mhm, mhm.
And then I didn't watch again. I didn't watch any of her like backstory, like hanging out backstage nonsense. So if you want to talk
Oh,
about any of that, go ahead.
okay. Yeah. Well, this is we're saying when as she was getting ready
Hmm.
for the wedding and stuff, right? I mean, I think Jordan's behind the scenes was a bit more interesting than Amber's.
Okay, yeah.
I say that because, we got to I think this was the first time we're seeing his family on camera.
We saw his family. Remember
Did we?
they had lunch with his family and
Oh, yes, 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 yes. Well, I thought it was interesting because I wanna say I don't remember his brother. That's
oh
someone who
no,
I don't really
we didn't meet his brother. Mm-mm.
yeah, and while there wasn't much dialogue, there were pockets of things being said around, like, "You really put yourself out there, like, we're really proud of you," and, like, things like that, and you can tell that Jordan was, like when you look at someone and you can feel that they're, like there's something they're biting their tongue about or, like, they're a bit suffocated or something like that. You can tell that he was just, like something had him by the throat, and he just
Mhm.
and to me, it appeared like hesitancy or doubt. But I think it was just like his willingness to want to lean in to his heart a little bit. Um, his sister says, like, just go with your gut, go with your heart, like go with what, you've and this happens to a lot of people in relationships. They'll relationships are obviously they tend to be more emotional than logical.
Mhm.
And people tend to make long-term decisions sometimes by removing the emotional part and focusing on the logic of what makes sense, whatever, even though they're like, but in my heart, I feel
Yeah.
XYZ. And he seems like someone who's always been more logical than emotional. And even after they go to the altar and all of that stuff, he makes reference to the fact that like my sister said to go with my heart, and I took that like I held on to that, and that's ultimately why he ended up saying yes to her. And I thought it was interesting in her response. You can tell that Amber obviously has got trauma. We've seen that throughout the series, but you can also see that like maybe she has a bit of self-sabotage as well
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
kind of she wants to maybe confront the disappointment before the disappointment happens so that she's not as hurt.
Yeah. Cuz
Because even when she said yes. Yeah.
"Yeah, I say yes, but I understand if you don't."
Yeah, and
It's
that kind of hurt me for her.
yeah.
Like I was like, "Oh, honey, like it's okay. It's okay." You know what I mean? But you could see that she was just like preparing for the worst. And
Yeah, and
I'm happy that it didn't result that way for
it's
her.
so interesting that so many men will run headfirst into being with a woman who has children without any qualms, any worries, any doubts. And then you have somebody as good as Jordan. And I think that's what makes it like him a good guy. The fact that he's actually worried about how he will be with Emma because he doesn't want to mess it up. I mean,
Yeah.
to his detriment, to the point where he like almost,
Yeah.
got her to run away.
But I think
But like, yeah.
we
So
see their closeness and that dynamic when that's the first time we see her daughter on camera.
yes. Hmm.
And she runs in and you can tell obviously hello, it's her only child, and they have a bond. But I thought it was also really sweet when at the end, after they both had said yes to each other, the camera pans up, whether this was
In sequence or
edited
not.
right,
Hmm.
we have no idea, but, the camera pans over to her daughter, and she's, like, teary-eyed, and a part of me I don't know, I guess a part of me wanted to be like, "Hey, babe, what are you feeling? Like, are you scared? Are you happy? Is this?" Because kids don't know how to manifest their feelings, and she's just up there crying, and other people are crying tears of joy, but these are adults, and I just thought it was I don't know, I guess I was just a bit more curious for that, and obviously that's all behind the scenes stuff and not for us to know how she was feeling, but I just thought I was curious. just because she's a kid, and you never know how they handle these things.
Yeah, I love that Amber, like, when she was getting ready or done getting ready, she was like, "Oh, yeah, thanks for doing life with me," or something, and I was
And she
like,
said, "You're my best friend." I was like,
"Yeah," or
"You."
yeah, and I was like, "Okay." And then, also, he says yes, and then he had to, like, reiterate that he says yes, and everyone's like, shocked or whatever. So
Yeah.
we both said that they would say both yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. I guess we
Um,
read them well then throughout the season.
yes. So they have a good little party. They have a good little after party, and they both feel like it's perfect. His suit looks good on him. It's a good color, and he
Mhm.
decided to not go with the solid. He did with a little bit of a pattern to it, and I like
Mhm.
that for him. Okay. So let's move on to Ashley and Alex.
Okay.
Okay, so Ashley and Alex, her father is just sitting in the audience, just smug. The
Seething.
smugness on that man's face.
Yeah.
So they go to do you have anything you want to say about the back part, the backstory, them sitting and
I
getting ready?
was knowing what I know now, I was really surprised at how emotional Ashley was. She was just tears, 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 tears in the backstage area. So a part of me was like, and even how she was speaking about things, whether maybe that was her way of mustering up courage and,
Maybe.
and being in her head about it and stuff. But to me, I
Yeah.
was very much like, oh, after the fact, I'm like, why the hell you all that time crying?
I
And then
told you it's misleading.
yeah, and then for him, he was more of the same, just like smug, arrogant, being like, "Yeah, I'm confident, I'm fine, I'm whatever." And I'm like, "You you don't look people in the eye when you talk to them. You're a liar."
He needs therapy.
And then
He
some.
he needs a lot of therapy because there's something wrong with him. The way that he reacts to things, and you could tell he's hurt and he
It's
refuses to show
weird.
it. Yeah, he needs therapy.
Stunted.
Um, yeah. So they get to the altar and they ask him first. And she is like, I'm like, why did she just step over him? She's like, I know what you're gonna say. And I'm like, you don't know what he's gonna say. But even
Girl,
so,
yes, we do.
oh, so wait, yeah, you said that he was gonna say no. I
Yeah.
said that he was gonna say yes.
Alex?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm
Um, and then you said
floored
Ashley
by
was
that.
gonna say yes, and then I said Ashley was gonna say no. So we're both right, but just about different people.
Yeah. I
So,
I just didn't think she had this much of a spine is what it is.
oh, okay, yeah. So she, yeah, I said she was gonna say no, and that he was gonna say yes, and that
I
yeah. So
wow.
she's like, I know what you're gonna say, and I agree. Like, no, this is not gonna work. But then she goes to insult him, and this is where I'm just like, why?
Oh, I mean, okay. This is interesting because I didn't think you were gonna say what you're saying. I
Oh,
thought that this season has been very much like women reclaiming their agency
yes,
and remembering who they are and standing firm in their worth plus tax and all that other stuff.
yes,
So this Ashley's, we can call it an outburst,
yeah,
was quite it caught like as I was working my computer and again as I said to you, like paying attention to it but listening, I had to like pause and I was like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, well, hold on a motherfucking second. Just because I didn't think she had a spine because she didn't show it the entire season.
uh-huh.
So when she did that, I was like, oh, you were just collecting data, collecting data, collecting data, and stacking your arsenal so you can let the chopper sing
Yeah, yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean? It
yeah.
caught me by surprise. I
Yeah,
didn't think it was or how did you describe it just now? Like when she starts to like insult him and berate him.
yeah,
She does. I mean, quite frankly, talking about integrity and how he was a liar and all these things, but I think she did it so like I thought it was cute. I don't like her. I don't like her family. I don't like their politics. I don't like any of that
yeah.
shit. But I was very much like, yeah, he's suspect. Get him. Get his ass.
Oh, yeah. I guess I'm just kind of like, I don't understand the nexus or like the origin catalyst or whatever it is of the root desire to want to put somebody's previous life in chronological order so that you can
Agreed.
dissect it. So that's why for me, her attacking his integrity and him saying like it felt like you just wanted to be confused so that you could hold this against me. I thought that was correct because again, I don't understand that desire to do that. Like honestly, before me, I don't care. Like and the reason why I say that I don't care is because I'm just like, yeah, there are people out there who've been cheated on and they want to know if they're with a cheater or not because that's their hard line.
Right.
That's not my experience. So like I need to go through it all.
Yeah.
If someone cheats on me, again, I would be hurt, but I never think that it has anything to do with me. It just is their character. Because to me, if I were to be in a relationship with somebody, they wouldn't even have to cheat. You would literally just need to tell me that you don't want to be in a relationship with me or that you want to have sex with other people. Like if you can't do that, then it's not about you actually cheating. It's about your unwillingness to communicate. Yeah,
right,
to communicate with me because we
right,
will have had that conversation.
right.
Now, so yeah, I just don't understand that desire to do that. So to tell him that he was obviously lying or not being truthful
Yeah.
is her not being fair to me. I don't think that's fair to say that unless she actually caught him in a lie having to do with her, but not necessarily having to do with his ability to explain the last 5 years of dating experience.
Okay, that's interesting. I didn't consider it from that perspective. And now that you introduce that, I it doesn't necessarily change my mind that much. However, if this was a thorn in her side the entire season and she's revealed that it has been, this energy should have been coming out prior. So
Yes.
I will always say, like, you just sat there and took it and then sat there and took it and sat there and took it and sat there and took it, and now you wanna blow up? You're
Now you
weird.
want to do this in
You're
front of
weird
his
for that. So
people, yeah,
yes,
and
I can
embarrass him? Yeah.
right. That I can agree with, that that's wrong, it's incorrect, you had a bunch of opportunities, you squandered it. This is as much on you at this point as it is on him. So, I
You
feel
can
like
just say she could have got there
wanted
and said, yeah.
a
She just
moment.
wanted to like moment. Yeah. So I feel like she could have got there and said, unfortunately, like I tried to make it work and I just your explanation of your timeline, which is important to me, maybe it's not important to you, but it's important to me, we just didn't add up. And
Mhm.
so for me, like I can't go forward with this. Also, her being like, I deserve better is like, again, these are I guess I come from like in my
She
mind, I guess
deserves
I'm so
different.
like I'm so HR corporate to a certain
Yeah,
extent that I'm
yeah.
like, there is just no reason to do all of this. Like I'm like, you could just be like, yeah, and also the fact that whenever we would talk about where we were going to live, your nomadic lifestyle of being up in the air the whole time and not giving me a concrete answer, I tried to roll with it, but at the end of the day I couldn't go with that. Like that's
Yeah,
not something that's going to work for me.
correct.
Also, the fact that you didn't give me intimacy, I had to ask for it all the time, like, and when I communicated that with you, you got defensive, which fair if that's your reaction. However, that doesn't work for me. Like
Mhm.
there's just ways of doing it.
That's a good point, because she had concrete reasons.
Yeah.
That's like, where you don't communicate the way I want, or that, like, yeah, you're right, and yet, despite those concrete reasons, she went for, like, the jugular,
Yeah.
whereas she could have been like, "Our compatibility is not there because of my lifestyle is rooted in, like, being grounded, and you wanna hop and skip and jump around city to city, da 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 da."
Yes.
You're right,
And I
that's
can see if he had done something actually tangibly rude to her, to where it was like, you disrespected me when you did this and I asked you not to, and I can't deal with that, so I deserve better. But like the I deserve better comment and that your integrity came into call when nothing actually, it just was like, okay, girl. Like you could say all of this without doing the
yeah,
most, because you want to like have you want to it felt like that she wanted to do that. And then
of
I was just like,
course.
yeah.
I think she
Gosh.
reflected back to, like, what she was told, because at this point, think about it. I'm sure she was told from Jess how she shut down things with Chris. She obviously was in the pods when Kia stood her ground with Kevin. And I think she was like, you know what? Like, I could take a page out of their books and like, handle it in a way that's like, let me tell you about yourself. You will never have this, da 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 da, da, bye. Like, I think it was like she
She
wanted
was
to
trying to
build.
have a moment. Yeah, I get
Yeah.
it. You're on
I'm
your
not gonna
reality
lie.
TV.
Yeah,
You have an
but I
opportunity to have a
really
moment.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, and
I
people are
really
going to really enjoy it. Like, yeah, she's gonna get big ups on social media for it. But at the end of the
even though I
day, I
don't
know
like her.
yeah, at the end of the day, I
Today
know she's MAGA, and that
yes,
supersedes everything. The fact that her
right.
father was in there, just sitting there, smug as hell,
Yeah,
after he tried to come after, like the whole family was rude to
yeah.
Alex. Even though to me, there's no need to be rude. The rudeness is to
Fair.
me just completely unnecessary. You can say whatever you want to say about somebody without like trying to push them down. Unless
Yes.
they've actively done something
Right.
to you, like you can.
Disrespect is earned. So at
Yes,
that
yes,
point, if
yes.
you've earned it, then it's like,
Oh, I'm
hit
gonna give
you
it
with
to
it.
you.
Right,
But
right.
I don't
What
think
did
he
you
did
think?
anything. Mhm.
Real You don't think he did anything throughout
I don't.
the
The disrespectful thing or the way he got like crazy was with when Priya was there. When he was like, I feel like I'm being double teamed. And I was like, girl,
Okay.
like
And
nobody's
that
feeling
and
double
that was
teaming
the
you.
only, moment this season that you felt
I
that he was
think.
maybe a little out of pocket?
Oh yeah. When she's like the only thing that I think that she had the absolute right to say was like, you're not attracted to me, and you told me more than once. Like that to me was crazy.
Mhm,
Don't tell me you're
mhm.
not attracted to me.
Yeah. And the whole scene about, like, the period tracker and all that stuff, that
No, I think he's scared. I think he's a scared boy who needs therapy. And I think
okay.
that him being worried about like the way that he folds towels and the way that he puts water in the refrigerator I think that's not a natural, but I think that as a response to somebody who had never didn't have a solid upbringing and is used to different people in their lives, and you never know how those different people are going to take the way that you do things. So I get that. I understood that, like, being scared that someone is going to tell you you're doing things wrong, especially if you don't feel domesticated. But the period thing, when he's like, well, I don't know if you're in your period, again, he's not communicating with her. And that's a
Mhm,
conversation of him being like, her being like, I'm not going to give you my tracker, but you needed to tell me immediately that that's something you were super worried about.
mm,
Like, I'm not, how am I, just because you said you were oops baby, I don't know that you feel so
right.
crazy about it that you want to know my cycles to make
Yeah,
sure I don't get pregnant, because I don't want to have a baby with you, nomad, just so you
right,
know.
right.
But go ahead,
What
what were you gonna say?
Well, what did you think at the end when I think a friend of his, well, you can tell that his mom was very upset that she
Yeah,
said something about his
but also his
interrogation
mom
and all of
doesn't
that.
know how traumatic her behavior was.
Exactly, exactly. And I
Y-
think maybe perhaps watching this back, maybe she'll see pockets of that,
yeah.
but there's a conversation that needs to be had between the two of them, but equally to your point, therapy,
Yes.
collectively as a mother and son and individually as people.
Yeah.
But there's the moment where his friends start to be like, "Hey, you're a great guy," all this stuff, da da da, which whatever.
Uh-huh.
You don't have the same perspective as a friend as you do as a partner, but
Yeah.
whatever. Men say shit. But at the moment where one of his buddies says, like, "Are you gonna go see if she's okay?" And he's
Hmm.
like, "No."
Yeah,
At that
because he's
moment, I
hurt.
was like, "This, yes," but equally in that moment, I was like, "That is the culmin that has always revealed who you are." Even
Yes.
though, again, I understand why you're saying no, but that is who you are at your core. You
Yeah.
don't give a shit
Yeah.
about
Oh
other
yeah, he's not
people.
a good partner at all.
Yeah, right, right, right. So that's why I was like, yeah, she may have gone about it incorrectly, but she's not wrong.
Yeah, no, I don't necessarily think that she's wrong, but
Mhm,
I do think her arguments are not sound because they didn't all happen to her. Like, I think a couple of arguments happened to her, and I think she could have gone with it, but like
mhm.
the fact that she's just like putting him down just felt like she was punching down. It felt like she was punching down. I think that's the problem.
This
She married
reminds
somebody out of her
Mhm.
social class,
Yes.
and she's punching down on him because he doesn't have whatever, and he has this fake bravado or
Yeah.
whatever.
What you're saying is reminding me, though, her reaction response at the altar and her kinda coming down on him this way is very MAGA.
Yeah.
So MAGA rooted of being, like, just gonna be hurtful and bratty and reactionary, and
Hmm.
you're gonna sit there and take it, and yeah,
Yeah,
it's
because you don't
definitely
deserve
reflective
me.
of that, yeah.
Because me and my family
Ooh.
are better than you. She's
Mhm.
like, and then even her voiceover of like, I didn't grow up like him. I grew up in a very like affluent, loving family. Like
That pissed
he
me
had
off.
yeah, he had a thing where he was like a lot of different. I'm pretty sure as soon as her father found out that he grew up, you know, like with his grandparents, who like one of them was in Iran and Iraq, that he tried to poke holes. The father did the exact same thing to him that she did to him on the altar
Mm,
in that meeting, in that dinner, where he just was trying to poke holes in every single thing that Alex was saying. So it's just like, yeah, it's
yeah.
punching down because she's of a different social class than he is.
Do you think that's
Um,
why he was sitting there smug? Do you think he knew what his daughter was gonna do? Because remember at the end, she's
yeah,
like, "Help me, help me."
yeah. I
I'm
think I
like,
think he's smug because he's like, that's my girl. He's
okay,
not
yeah,
good enough for you. When
yeah,
she's like, yeah, you're not, I deserve more. It's like, yeah, you do deserve more, which is true. But who's to say you're gonna get it? And I hope you do. Godspeed.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, now Devonte and Brittany, girl, two different ideas walking out of this. The way that Britney was like, he's still my man and we're still engaged.
I had
And
to pause it.
the way Devonte was like, she's weird and
And my
she bought,
shadow, and she's my shadow, he said.
yeah. And that she, that she already bought a wedding dress was just weird. And it's also, listen, it's weird that she bought a
It
wedding.
is,
Yes.
it is.
However, his idea that, and this is something that I never thought even men cared about or anyone cared about, is that he felt that it was because she didn't buy a specific wedding dress for the wedding with him that it was weird.
Is that what he said?
That's what I got from it. Whereas, like, I was like, it's weird that she bought a wedding dress because, like, it feels pick-me and it feels crazy. But I don't know that he necessarily, because, like, you guys both got on a show saying you were ready to get married. So to me, you're both the same crazy. Like, when it comes to that, like, I'm not gonna get on Love Is Blind because I'm not ready and willing to get married.
Yeah.
So, like, and also for other reasons.
But this goes back to the whole, like, how they find these castmates thing. People are like, I think the first couple seasons, it was people being like, I want to be on Love Is Blind. I'm coming to you because I want to get married. Whereas we've heard in the last couple seasons, it's been like, someone poached me on LinkedIn. Someone came to me.
But they're all lying in the pod saying that they're ready for marriage. And he says that he's ready for marriage. So to me, the fact that he's judging her for buying a dress is weird. Because you're both on a show where the goal is to get married.
Specifically that. Yeah.
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 So don't judge her for that. I can judge her for it. Because I'm not on this show trying to fucking get married.
Right. But I feel like throughout the entire season, I feel like Devonte has been making shit up as he goes along. And I think this is another example of him being like, oh, yeah, like she bought the dress. I wanted her to buy it just for me. I didn't want her to already have one. Shut up. You didn't care if she bought it yesterday, the day before, this morning. You didn't care. You're just pulling at shit, hoping it'll land. And you can tell that everything he's saying, he's like, oh my gosh, she's not getting it. Like there's like a fear behind his eyes because I don't know how this disconnect still exists in this episode. Truly don't. I had to pause it and I literally did a lap in my living room because I was just like, Britney, babe.
Yeah.
What the you are desesperada. You are so desperate and it pains me because you don't need to be. Like you don't need to move this way. Oh my God. Honestly, it was
cringe.
It was so cringe. I feel really bad for her. And I wonder what the reunion is going to look like because me dio pena. Like I felt nauseous for her. Like I'm like, I hope embarrassed. Are you not embarrassed? I literally was like, you're going to watch this back and I don't think you're going to love it.
Yeah.
Sis.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. And then she's like, well, it's also, I haven't met his mom. Bitch, you haven't met his mom? Now, I know Vic and Christine didn't meet the mom. So,
like, I was curious as to why. But
yeah. But, like, he was all up in your parents' house and your dad called him brother. Was like, woman in the family, brother. Like, yo. He was going to move. You let that man move into your home. And he's like, yeah, I'll see you when I see you. She's like, shut up. I'll see you tomorrow.
He's like, we're still together. We're still engaged. We're still, and I'm like, the call is coming from inside the house.
Yeah.
This is a breakup.
Yeah.
What's not clicking?
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I can't. When I see them in the same room or scenes, I'm always like, Devonte, you're an idiot because you're fumbling a catch.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm like, Brittany, you missing something. You got a little loose screws. You need to tighten those shits up because something's not right.
Oh my gosh. It's not right.
It was so. This is probably, I would say, top 5 worst scenes in Love Is Blind.
She's like, yeah, I'm supposed to get married today, but we couldn't get married because I can't remember the reason why she said it. Was like, there are just some things and I was willing to sign the prenup. Like I was willing to add, blah, blah, blah. We both said that they would both say no. We both said they would both say no because we thought at the end of the day, she was playing. That she was just like trying to see it through, my boy. She already bought her dress. She was going to walk down the aisle. She was going to do the whole thing. And then at the end, she was just going to stand in her fucking power and say, "You never told me I loved you. You loved me, or you thought I was pretty." Like, he's like, yeah, he's like, I worry that I'm never gonna be able to communicate or show you love the way that I can. No, I said, oh
It's
my
all
god,
sad. All sad. She pissed me off.
yeah,
I
and
never
I'm
want to
like,
see her again.
she needs to go on the podcast tour now. I need to see
Yes,
every
AD.
single.
AD needs
Yeah,
to sit her down and be like, baby,
yeah. What happened? Tell me what happened. Like, tell me why you thought you guys were
start
gonna
from
be
birth.
together.
Like, what
Yeah.
happened that led us to this version of you? Why are you so down on yourself? Why
For
are
a
you so
self-hating Negro who you
listen?
know is self-hating.
And you didn't meet his mama or anybody in his family. He's
Not even a brother?
he's come up with so many creative ways to break up with you. To be honest, listen, this does not take accountability away from him. He's a coward because
Oh,
he very much should be able to say, I don't feel anything here.
yeah.
This is where this ends. Thank you for your time. Wish you the best. Hopefully you can find a spot filler for the
Oh my
wedding
gosh,
dress.
I can't talk about it.
I hate them both. And I hate
Ooh,
saying that,
it was
but
just so
oh, they irk me
uncomfortable.
real bad, real
It
bad, real
was
bad.
so uncomfortable. Okay, last couple is Vic and Christine. They get married. Surprise, surprise. They both say yes. Now, I was surprised that he's Caribbean.
Really?
Yeah, that didn't even cross my mind.
Oh, the second I saw his beautiful long locks, I was like, this could go either way.
It didn't even cross my mind until his mother came out and was like, "Yes, I met her." And I said, "Oh, Caribbean."
Yeah.
Is that his sister that married them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Hey Tweety in the chat. Greetings.
I see it as plug and play. She had a dress and didn't mind whose husband it would be.
Yeah.
She's already, yeah. She didn't. Yeah,
Desperate.
no. Yeah. And I think that there are plenty of men out there who would be interested in her, regardless of they're
Yes.
like, oh, I just want a wife. I want someone to take care of me. Someone who's beautiful to be on my. They don't care about her either.
She should go on Christian Mingle. Maybe something like that will work for her.
Oh yeah.
You know, like I don't know. I can't talk about them again. I'm getting upset.
Okay.
I hate them. I hate them so much. It's
So
just, anyway.
Christine and Vic, they both say yes. I liked her updo. The swoop dupes in the back.
She had the best dress, I thought.
Yeah.
I liked her
Swoopy
look a
dupes.
lot. Mm-hmm.
Now, did they allude to the fact that they haven't had sex?
At the end,
Yeah.
I was like, "You haven't climbed that tree, girl. You better run, not walk."
Yeah. I was
He's
like, oh,
fine.
you guys. Yeah, I was like, you guys didn't like that.
But they didn't make it their storyline like they did some
Yeah.
of the others, which I
Yeah.
appreciate it because I would have been like, "Wrap it up."
Yeah. I also think it was because of the way that their storyline was added in later, and so there wasn't a lot of like sit down with producers, having the producers ask them awkward questions.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you surprised at anything with Vic and Christine?
Besides his mother being Caribbean and the fact that the sister actually was the officiant, no, I
They
was
met
like,
that day. The sister as
yeah,
well, I think.
yeah. I was like, wow, this tracks, and I hope that they, because we saw them as being both equally yoked and ready for this journey, and having if you both get arrested for misdemeanors of pot smoking, it's meant to be.
Sure. Sure. I thought I was curious as to why he was so committed to teaching her the electric slide.
I think that it's a necessary thing to learn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But on the wedding day?
Yeah, that's
Lock
when
that
you
in
do.
before. Practice so she can hit the dance floor and come
Like,
ready. Not embarrass you on national TV in front of your black ass family. Like, come on.
I'm trying to learn the double Dutch bus. It's like forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards, and then it's like a little turnaround. The double Dutch bus.
Oh,
Anyways,
I'm not good at the line dancing.
You're not good at the line dancing?
No.
I
Aside
love a
from
line
like
dance.
the basic one.
With
Just the one. I don't
this
know.
electric slide, that's the one everyone knows.
Yeah, and then there was one that I learned years ago to the Follow Me song. Doon, 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 doon.
I don't know it.
Follow me. Anyway, fun times. But yeah, and then they have a little party.
Yeah, their party's fun too.
Yeah.
And they do a lot of kissing. They're ready to get it in. There's a lot of tension happening between the two of them.
Yeah. Oh, I did like there was a moment where I think it was her father, or no, maybe not her father, because I think she talked about a tumultuous relationship with her dad. So I don't know
Hmm.
who it was that walked her down the aisle. When he walked in, he was like, I just really wanted to tell you, I really like Vic. He's like, I know I said that before when he was around, but I just want you to like it just seems so like unprompted and
Yeah.
genuine. And I was like, who's this sweetie pie? He looked like the father from Beauty and the Beast, like Belle's dad. I was like, so cutie. Like yeah, and I thought it was her dad at the time, but I guess it's somewhat unrelated. But that was an expected outcome, Vic and
Yeah.
Christine. I think what did we said
Yeah,
yes
we
to both,
both said
right?
yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
we both said yes to them. Yeah, we both said yes to them. So we were right on Jordan and Amber. We were right on Christine and Vic. You were right on Emma and Mike.
Mm-hmm.
We were both wrong on Britney and Devonte.
Were we?
And yeah,
Oh,
we
'cause we
both
thought
put no. We both put no.
from both of them.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we both put no.
Well, honestly, because I didn't think Britney could disappoint me more, but I guess
Yeah.
here we are.
Yeah. And then Ashley and Alex, you were right about Alex saying no, but you said Ashley would say yes. I said Ashley would say no, and Alex would say yes. So yeah,
Yeah.
we almost got it. I
Very
just can't wait. Like the next season is gonna be like even worse. Like there's gonna be one person that gets the altar,
cool. Mm.
like because it's like they dropped off. They had 3 couples drop off like flies.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, it made for a short and sweet episode.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't drag on forever
Oh
to what
yeah, it was
it was
great
gonna be.
because
But the
there's
reunion
one,
is next
2.
week.
Mm-hmm.
What
5
do you
couples
expect
made
there?
it. 4 couples made it to the altar.
Mm.
I want like Chris is there with long hair.
I actually
Um,
think the long hair looks nice on him.
I need to see. Yeah, I do. I think it makes him look more like a hippie, but he's still MAGA underneath it.
It's
And
giving
then
like Bradley Cooper in like A Star Is Born,
yes, it
but
is. It
not
is.
as attractive, obviously.
Yeah. And then so I want to see. I know somebody storms off, and I think it's Amber.
Yes, it did look like Amber stormed off. Not sure
Yeah.
why. And
I
then
wonder
there's a
who's still
small
together. Hmm?
there's a small clip of Britney like yelling.
Oh.
And I think rumor has it that at the reunion, Devonte mentions that he is engaged and expecting a baby. That's the whispers on the TikTok.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
So
surprised.
I'm interested in hearing that. And surprise, it's a white woman. So
Yeah,
I
he's a self-hating Black. So like,
yeah.
what can we expect?
I just really hope they ask some hard-hitting questions on this reunion. I really do.
I really do. They hope they do too. All right. Well, that's the end of this episode, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey. We'll be back to talk about the season reunion
Mhm.
probably later on in the week because we won't be able to film until the end of the week, I think. Right?
Yes, I am Friday would be I come back Thursday, but that's the Cardi B concert. So the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So Friday, works for me. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
I love
yeah.
that for us.
I
Okay.
know. How exciting.
So excited. Yeah. Okay. Well, you guys, thank you so much for joining. For those of you who ended up coming into the room, thank you to Weedy, thank you Bridget, and thank you Jordan. All right, you guys, remember to. Oh wait, Shay, tell them where they can find you on the social medias.
Oh, you can find me on Instagram and YouTube, Sugar Shay, SugarShai, and on TikTok, come check me out at Shailene Says.
All right, you guys, I will talk to you later. We'll talk to you later. You remember to be you, be true, and find your place. Bye. The double Dutch bus.
That's not the song you wrap up with.